A common problem amongst engineers these days is finding a machining centre that is capable of machining both production and prototype requirements. Well, we're here today at Whitehouse Machine Tools, where we've just found a solution. So I'm going to introduce Tom Hughes, Sales Director from Whitehouse Machine Tools. Good morning, Tom.
Good morning, Paul.
So let's start with the machining centre. Tell us about the Brother TC-32B.
Yes, the 32B FT, as this is a fixed table machine. It's a moving column in 3 axes, travelling in rapids of 70 metres a minute. The spindle, 16,000 RPM spindle, tool change time of 0.9 seconds. Jointly, that gives a chip-to-chip time of 2 seconds.
So the chip-to-chip, is that from the tool leaving the part back to machining the component?
Exactly, at the highest RPM, which in this case is 16,000 RPM.
Right, so it's just 2 seconds. Wow, that's fast. So how many tools does this machine actually have? What sort of tool changer?
On this machine, it's a 40-tool storage capacity with BT30 tool holders. Incorporated into the ATC is quite a unique feature. It has a tool breakage detection system. And again, this reduces non-cut time because we're actually checking that tools are not broken during the machining process.
So that's actually done in cycle?
Exactly, in cycle. Our customer was looking for a solution that would give him unmanned machining. He also wanted to have multi-face machining so that he could minimise the handling time. And obviously, he wanted the parts to be produced as quickly as possible.
So along with the machining centre, then we have the loading system. So if we move over to this is a System 3R multi-pallet loading system, the work partner. So again, talk us through exactly how this works and how it lends itself to the production.
Well, this is a 3-axis robot. Each pallet has fitted to it a vice, and the customer has a number of different size vices to accommodate different size billets. There's a large variety, so there's a great degree of flexibility in this system.
Right, so even if it was production machining on one particular part, you could change the machine over to machine another part quickly as well. So it's not just about one component in volumes.
No, it could be many different components, and we can accommodate various sizes of billet. Around 100 millimetre in this particular case, up to 400 millimetre square.
Right, so sizes of parts between 100 and 400 millimetres.
That's correct.
And the loading time to actually take a part from this pallet system onto the machine, have you any idea how long that takes?
Yes, in this case it takes 40 seconds. It's got a single gripper. It can accommodate weights up to 50 kilograms. But the system is also available with a twin gripper, so it can then pre-select the pallet prior to changing. In that case, it would take 20 seconds.
So we're using here a Lang vice system in conjunction with the pallet system. Talk us through how it locates, Tom.
Yes, this could be in fact any vice, but the important part of it is the macro pallet system from System 3R. And this is quite simply doweled and screwed in position, but this is the element that gives its accuracy on location into the tilting rotary table, and also the clamping system, which is a very simple pull stud.
So what repeatability does that offer, or when you're putting it from the pallet system into the 5th axis?
Yeah, the repeatability is better than 2 microns. So it's a very accurate system.
This is a modular pallet system. Tom, talk us through how flexible it is.
Well, the system has 3 magazines, 1 on each side. We, on this system, have 2 light-duty magazines, which will accommodate 150 millimetre square pallets. There is a number of shelf units there, and these can be set at various heights. It really depends on the customer's requirements. But in this case, we have 6 shelves and 5 pallets on each shelves.
And in the event that this wasn't enough, can you then add another work partner to it in order to double up the pallets from 84 to 168?
Not on this system. It can accommodate, if you take one of the magazines out, linking a second machine to it, but you would have to increase the number of shelves in the magazines to get extra capacity. It depends on the height of the component.
So for the larger, heavier parts, talk us through this side of the pallet changer.
Well, this is the heavy-duty magazine, and each shelf here will accommodate a pallet size up to 400 millimetres square. In this particular instance, the customer didn't require that size, but we've adapted it here to fit vices that are going to hold billets up to 240 millimetres square, and a vice that's going to be accommodating parts around 125 millimetres square.
So here, where we've actually got two vices on one platform, you could actually just have one larger.
Exactly, yes.
With the production machining environment, obviously you generate a lot of swarf. How does that work on this solution?
Yeah, it's really important because when you're using a machine for extended hours, especially unmanned, the management of the swarf and the coolant is really important. In this case, the customer is machining aluminium, so we're using a drag conveyor. We're filtering the main coolant tank to better than 50 microns, and for the through spindle coolant, which on this machine is 70 bar, we have a further filtration system which is filtering to 10 microns.
So we've seen the machine here, Tom. We've learnt about the features and benefits. Why Brother?
It's very simple. It's very productive and it's reliable. Non-cut time is probably one of its key assets. It's the fastest in its class.
Okay, well there we have it, the Brother machining cell, fully endorsed by MTD.